Hi fam, I'm Green Glamourista and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about sun safety. Exposure to the sun's rays comes with a myriad of benefits. Not only do you get that gorgeous golden glow, but also it helps you get your daily dose of vitamin D and nitric oxide. Vitamin D is a crucial nutrient which, in addition to calcium, is necessary for building healthy bones and teeth. This is especially important in offsetting osteoporosis. Additionally, vitamin D helps with immune health as well as supporting brain function and keeping your muscles working efficiently. Vitamin D has also been shown to help with mood disorders such as depression, and this is why it is so vital to supplement with this vitamin if you have trouble getting outside or if you live somewhere that's short on sun. Nitric oxide has its own host of benefits that will help keep you bouncing and bounding all the way through your senior years. It improves endothelial function, which is just a fancy way of saying the ability for your blood vessels to relax and contract. Maintaining blood vessel elasticity helps to lower blood pressure and improve blood flow, thus lowering your risk of heart disease. Nitric oxide also aids in endurance, faster recovery, and for all my peeps that know about delayed onset muscle soreness, you know how crucial this nutrient is. It has also been shown to aid in brain health, blood sugar regulation, sexual health, skin health, as well as immune support. Why would anyone want to skip out on all of these amazing benefits? That being said, if you are going to be out for a prolonged period of time, then you may want to consider using some protection. What is prolonged? Well, that just depends. It depends on your skin tone. If you have very light skin, that might mean just 15 to 20 minutes. However, if you have darker skin, your tolerance for the sun might be a little higher. This is the Fitzpatrick skin chart, and unless you're a level 1, you're going to be fine with an SPF 30 reapplied every 2 hours. If you are a 1, then you may want to opt for a higher SPF. You definitely want to avoid peak sun. This is typically between 10 and 3, so during this time, make sure to use adequate protection. So you see, it's very important to consider your skin type, as well as the UV index. The UV index will be impacted by time of day, the season, as well as your location. If you live close to the equator, for example, you will be exposed to a much higher UV index year-round than you would if you lived somewhere else, say Canada. In your smartphone, you should be able to access an app that will tell you exactly what the UV index is and how much protection you should opt for. So while some sun is okay, it's important to remember that too much of a good thing can sometimes be bad. This includes burning, which we never want. So exercise caution when you do go outside. Fun fact, glass does block UVB rays, which are the rays that are responsible for burning. However, UVA, which is the rays responsible for aging, do pass through. So you might want to factor this into your exposure time and exercise caution if you work by a window. But wait, there's more. For all of you outdoor athletes out there, several studies suggest that working out outside increases your UV exposure and therefore your risk of sunburn. This is due to a combination of factors, such as increased exposure time, reduced clothing, sweating off your sunscreen if you're wearing it, and your photosensitivity is increased during intense workouts, likely due to open pores. The following athletes are the most at risk, so you need to be the most cautious. Surfers, swimmers, outdoor that is, marathon runners, any type of snow sport, since that shiny white powder reflects rays like no tomorrow. In fact, snow reflects up to 90% of the sun's rays. That means you're being hit with almost a double dose of radiation when you're up on the mountain. So be sure to wear protection or cover up when you're doing these sorts of activities. While we're on the topic, you should also know that sand reflects about 15% of the sun's rays, where water reflects about 10. So you're not safe just because you're under an umbrella. beware. High-intensity training will suppress your immune system and therefore facilitate tumor initiation. And repetitive tissue trauma, i.e. sunburns, results in suppression of cell-mediated immunity. So keep the aggressive workouts in the shade. Avoid burning at all costs. Each burn works against you accumulatively. So always use adequate protection to protect yourself from premature aging and cancer. Well, now that we have an idea of when we need sunscreen, now let's dive into what types of sunscreen we should be using. I know with everything on the market today, it can get confusing. First, let's talk about avobenzone. Avobenzone is a chemical compound that is used to absorb UV rays. However, it often degrades in sunlight, so you need to add other chemicals to it to help stabilize this product. Moreover, it's been known to cause allergic reactions and it's detrimental to our coral reefs. A study published in Chemosphere found that avobenzone can turn toxic when exposed to chlorine. The study suggests reactions from these chemicals interacting with new compounds that could result in kidney and liver dysfunction and nervous system disorders. So be extra wary about wearing this sunscreen into a pool. Oxybenzone, octocrylene, homosalate, and octosalate are the supporting characters of avobenzone, and these have also been linked to skin allergies and the destruction of coral reefs. But they're also known to be endocrine disruptors. So exercise caution when you're using these products, because if you've watched this video, then you know that anything you put on your skin can and likely will end up in your bloodstream, especially when you're sweating and you've opened up your pores. So what's a beach babe to do? Easy. Just opt for a mineral-based formula that contains either zinc oxide or titanium dioxide as its active ingredient. Also, use a lotion, since the inhalation of these products can lead to respiratory issues and lung damage. The bottles tend to clog up really quick with these formulas anyways, and opting for a lotion is much kinder to our ozone layer. If it's a tan you're looking for, there are many great sunless options on the market now. Two of my favorites are Tan Organic, which is B Corp certified, and Kula, which has Eco certification. My suggestion to you, if you're still a little young whippersnapper, but even if you're not, get used to using formulas like these rather than over baking yourself in the sun. The sun damage you do now will come back to haunt you in your future. According to Yale, photodamage happens in the deepest layers of the skin, so it can take years before you see the damage. In fact, just 5 or more blistering sunburns in your youth can more than double your risk of melanoma. If the damage is done, all is not lost. Photodamage can never be completely removed, but you can treat it. A few things on the market include laser therapy. Fractional lasers will help with fine lines and brown spots, while picosecond and nanosecond lasers can further address pigmentation problem. Chemical peels can be used to remove brown spots as well as improve texture and tone. Photodynamic therapy removes precancerous cells using a combination of topical medicine and red light. Topical medications like tretinoin can even out skin tone and treat roughness and fine lines. Cryotherapy uses liquid nitrogen to freeze non-cancerous age spots. After a few days, the spot will get darker and fall off. Of course, advancements in treatments get better every single day, but why shell out your hard-earned cash on treating problems that can easily be avoided? That's a wrap on sun safety, which serves as a perfect example that if it's good for the planet, it's good for you too. And if you liked this video, please like and subscribe and be the sustainability superstar that I know you can be.